Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. Come back soon.
Hey you guys, it is me, yours truly, Lord Blue Eyes, Frankie G. What is going on, everybody? I hope you guys are having a wonderful September. This is going to be part 2, guys, of my horror movies that I am suggesting to get us into the mood for fall, and then lead us into Halloween and all the fun, spectacular stuff that comes with all of that. My last video, I did an array of movies that spanned from Amityville Horror, the remake, to It 2017, and mixed in a couple things like The Visit and Paranormal Activity and The Autopsy of Jane Doe. It was like a wide variety of movies. I felt like it was a good start to get us going with these September movies, kind of get us in the mood. So I kind of changed it up a little bit for this group of movies. Instead of it being like all over the place, I kind of went with one theme. I had mentioned in the last video that I may do that here and there. But with this particular one, I really did want to focus on one theme that I think is really cool, that kind of gets me going. And it's one of my favorite kind of horror genres, if you can call it that. But really, I don't know, there's something about it that I really love. And it might be like a nostalgia of old movies or something that it kind of gives me that vibe. But I don't really know. But it's one of those things that are really creepy to everybody, I would think. Kind of scares everybody to some extent. But without further ado, let's kind of get into it. Let's go see what we got, guys. Let's start out with, well, let me tell you what the theme is. The theme is movies that are haunted houses kind of a thing, or like supernatural based horror, where there's ghosts and demons or whatever in a house that is tormenting people. So without further ado, let's get going. All right, so here is our first movie. Now, oh guys, The Haunting, that's our first movie. Sorry, forgot this. Just as a message, these are not my most favorite movies. These are not the best movies. I'm not trying to rank here. I'm not trying to say, oh, these are the best movies ever. Okay, these are just movies that I find entertaining one way or another. I'm not saying they're the best. I'm not saying they're fantastic. A lot of people may not like them. Some may like them. Some have seen them. Some have not. If they are movies you've seen and you like or you don't like, put comments in there. down below. And if it's a movie you haven't seen, I hope you go and see these. I think they're entertaining enough, and they'll get you in the mood. All right, so with that said, again, let's go back. This first one is The Haunting. I picked this one to go first because out of the 5 movies that I picked, it's the most easy to get you into the mood. Okay, it's the softer one out of the group. It's basically a movie about a group of people who have sleeping disorders, and it has Catherine Zeta-Jones in it. It has Liam Neeson. It has Owen Wilson and Lily Taylor. Okay, Bruce Stern's in it too, and a couple other people. But Liam Neeson is I guess, psychiatrist, psychologist. I don't know, whatever. He's a doctor, and he is treating these patients, and they all have sleep disorders. And he takes them to this house, and it gets real interesting because he's doing a sleep study on them in the huge mansion, and he wants to see how they react. But they are starting to, have things happen to them. Like, they're interacting with these, like, hauntings. And, it goes from there. There's a lot of really good visual effects in there. The house itself is really creepy. It's a very traditional looking, giant, scary, haunted mansion. Great cast, like I said. Some of the acting, though, is still so-so. Some of the special effects are so-so, but overall, it's a really good movie. Very entertaining. Like I said, it's the calmer one out of the group. Kind of gets you in the mood. I found it to be entertaining. I love the cast. Catherine Zeta-Jones in this movie. Oh, wow. I was crushing on her back then. The movie came out in 1999. I think John DeBont is the name of the director. I think that I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. Whatever. They directed Twister and a couple other movies. So, but definitely check it out. Really good movie. I found it entertaining. Love the cast again. It gives you that traditional old haunted house feeling. All right, guys. Next movie we are going to take a look at or talk about is The Woman in Black. Oh, man. Let me tell you something. I saw this at the theater. Well, I've seen all these at the theater. So, The Woman in Black has it is really good story. It has Daniel Radcliffe in it from Harry Potter. He is fantastic in the movie, in my opinion. I think he does a really good job. He plays the scared part really well, but he's also inquisitive. He's checking everything out. It's a really good job by him. The house, this is probably the closest one out of all the houses or all the movies that has the probably truest haunted house vibe. Very classic haunted house kind of a thing going on in this movie. Very good visually. It definitely sets you up. You know things are coming, but even knowing that they're coming, they are still scary. In my opinion, I thought it was a really creepy movie. The Woman in Black is creepy as heck, and dude, I really enjoyed the movie. I have not seen the second one yet. It is on my list of things to see, and I am definitely going to try to make that a point this season to work that into my list of movies. But this one, The Woman in Black, the first one, really good. There's some scenes of violence that are pretty creepy, but overall, again, it has the most classic haunted house feeling out of all the movies that I've selected. And again, like I said, Radcliffe is great. So it's nice to see him in something other than the Harry Potter. And I say that, I know he's been in several things, but this was one of the first movies I think he was in after Harry Potter. So it was really good to see him in this. But again, go check it out. Fantastic movie. All right. We're not going to waste time, guys. We're going to keep moving. So next movie is Crimson Peak. So along the same lines, okay, as The Woman in Black. A little different though. Okay, this movie has a great cast in it. Um, I absolutely loved it, and I thought it was. I saw it at the movie theater. Visually, this movie was stunning. Del Toro is the director. He's also the writer, so you can imagine like the scenes in it. They're going to be mind blowing, amazing, beautiful. He has a way, and just some of the scenes are just so flowing and gorgeous. I'm repeating myself, but again, really, really, really good movie. I think you guys would love it if you check it out. Give it a shot. Um, Tom Hiddleston's in it, and he's phenomenal in the movie. The other characters or actors that are in it are fantastic. They're just gorgeous and a lot of fun. So, he marries this girl, gets her into this house, and she's experiencing all these hauntings because she's becoming connected to the house, and it goes from there. I'm not going to give away spoilers, but there's a lot into this movie that makes it amazing all the way to the end. I just thought it was fantastic. So, really, really, really good movie. All right, next, The Conjuring. Okay, you can argue this as a haunted house movie. To me, it is a haunted house. It gets into more than just the haunting of a house. It gets really demonic and other things. But basically, the family moves into this house. It's huge and it's old, and a lot of things start happening. The first time I saw this movie, I was just in love with it. I thought it was one of the best horror movies I've seen in a long time. Out of all these movies, it's one of the creepiest ones out of it. I would say The Woman in Black is probably the next closest one out of the ones I've mentioned so far as being creepy. But The Conjuring definitely is a notch up. It is more along the lines of Amityville, and it has James Wan as the director. And my personal opinion, I think James Wan's fantastic. Not everybody loves the movies that he does, like the whole Conjuring, Insidious, Annabelle, The Nun, the series, like all those movies. They're all connected, and he's done them all. Insidious isn't technically connected to The Conjuring and Annabelle and The Nun, but there are Easter eggs in there that are connected in a way. If you go and watch Insidious movies, they do connect to some of the Conjuring stuff. But again, it's a different universe, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But this movie to me was fantastic. The whole series is fantastic, and every one that comes out I have to see, except for the last Annabelle movie. I did not see that one yet. The Annabelle movies, well, I'll get into that later. I'm not going to get into it now, but The Conjuring, though, started it, and it was my favorite out of the group, probably. So, guys, definitely check it out. Fantastic, scary, haunted house story. So, definitely put that on the list if you have not seen it. Let me know what you thought if you did see it. All right, the last movie, guys, 13 Ghosts, the remake. Okay, a lot of these movies, I think, like The Haunting and 13 Ghosts. Okay, so two of them. These are remakes, but I'm definitely suggesting the remake. The original is really old, so you may not want to watch that one. But the remake is fantastic. It's got a great cast. It has one of my favorites, Matthew Lillard, in it. He's phenomenal. It's got Tony Shahab, whatever. The guy from Monk is in it. And a bunch of other people. But basically, this movie, it's about the monk guy. He inherits the guy in Monk. I'm sorry, Tony Shalab. Sorry, butchering his name. I'm not good with names, guys. I apologize for that. But he inherits this house from his eccentric uncle. And when they get there, like there's all these walls with writing on them, and it's glass. And as the movie progresses, they encounter these different ghosts. And let me tell you something, it does not disappoint. These ghosts are amazing. They are so cool. Every one of them is creepy and scary to some extent. The movie is violent. It does have the most gore out of all the movies. I don't think any of the other movies really have a lot of gore, or any at all. But this movie really does. It packs it in certain scenes, and some of the effects of the things that they do to the victims is pretty amazing. Some really good kills in it. But definitely, I'd recommend this movie. I love it. I have it on DVD. In fact, I have, well, I think it might be the only one I have on DVD out of this group. That's not saying that I wouldn't want any of these on DVD. I love all of them. I may have The Haunting. I can't remember. I don't have any of The Conjuring or The Crimson or The Woman in Black, but they were great movies. And if I could get them cheap, I would get them on DVD and add them to my collection. I thought they were all really, really good. And again, check out 13 Ghosts. It is going to be the creepiest one out of all of them. Well, not creepiest, it's going to be the most violent, gory one out of all of them. The ghosts are pretty scary. I don't necessarily love all the camera work that's done in the movie. I feel it can be kind of choppy. Some scenes are pretty cool. They do some interesting things, but overall, I thought it was kind of like flashy, fast, choppy camera work. And I didn't necessarily love all that, but I did love, the characters. I love the story. I love the ghosts. They were pretty awesome. So, guys, with that said, and girls, I'm sorry, let me know in the comments what you think about these 5 movies. If you've seen them, if you haven't seen them, if you want to see them, if you have seen them, let me know what you thought about them. I had some interaction or some comments from the last video I did, and it was pretty good. Some movies were liked and some weren't, and hey, it's subjective, guys. It's all subjective, and I love every one of you guys. And I'm gonna keep this video a lot shorter than the last one. I hope you guys enjoy these movies, and with that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful September. Take it easy. Much love. Mwah.